of waste into drains and a host of other human activities. When will it ever stop?
It was the darkest and longest night ever in Ghana's history. A very tragic one indeed. June 3, 2015 will forever be imprinted in the memory of residents.
Hydrological engineer at the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, Wise Ametepe, has blamed yesterday's flooding on blockages in channels leading to the Odo drain.
Government will, in the coming days, announce a comprehensive plan to deal permanently with the perennial flooding in the capital, Accra. The city's mayor, Mohamed Ni Ejesoa, says the new comprehensive plan will focus on redesigning the drainage system. He made this known after touring some communities affected by the Friday morning downpour.
The 18th June evening flood has killed 10 persons. According to NADMO, 6 died in Accra, 1 in the central region and 3 from the Volta region.
Now, parts of the country were flooded Sunday evening, leaving properties destroyed and many people displaced. The floods have largely been attributed to choked.
So you just heard how we reported flooding that occurred in the country from 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. It's like a broken record. The tune of a bad song you try to forget, but it won't go away. Rains, flooding, death, and destruction. It reads like a text from the book of Revelation. And we sit here every year, like you heard my colleagues in Joy News saying, every year we say the same thing. When will this end? Well, it did not end when the late President, Professor Mills, visited flood victims in the Volta region to commiserate with families.
We heard about the floods, and that's why we are here, to see the effect. And it's very obvious that farms have been submerged, and therefore it is going to affect your means of livelihood. So we have come with some contribution to tide you over. We'll continue to monitor what is happening around here. And we want to assure you of our fullest cooperation until such time that you are able to get out of this predicament.
No, it didn't end. It didn't end when former President Mahama set up a committee to investigate the 2015 flood and fire disaster, which claimed 153 lives.
I visited the Kwame Nkrumah interchange area after spending the night and early dawn monitoring the situation and receiving briefings from my service commanders. On behalf of the people of Ghana, I convey my sincerest sympathies to the families and relations of the persons affected by the fire disaster. A national call center has been activated and will be available for the public to call to report emergencies and provide information or to send out alerts. The number to call to reach the national call center is 112 from all Vodafone, MTN, and Airtel lines. The Ministry of Communications will be working with the various media houses to put out information, weather warnings, safety tips, and promotion of the National Emergency Call Center number 112 and other emergency lines. The Ministry of Health has provided a number of ambulances dedicated to the National Disaster Operations Center for call-ups and use where the need arises.
No, that did not end the flooding. In fact, it didn't end when 194 million Ghana cedis was promised to fix drains after Dr. Aya Hayfon drowned on her way home from church to be with her newborn baby.
There's a lot of desilting and excavation, going on across the country. But it's unfortunate Dr. Anya met a timely death. But in terms of commitment from government, about 200 million Ghana cedis has been committed to this project. 5 million towards the silting, 195 million towards excavation project, which was to commence very shortly, I think just after the rains, because these involve concrete and what have you, and because of the downpour of rain, you cannot be working, dealing with cement and stuff like that.
No, that did not end the flooding. It didn't even end last week, when 5 people were carried to their death, whilst eyewitnesses stood by, helplessly.
It's the Shukura Community Clinic where the survivor, Francis Agbabu, has been receiving treatment. Family members are still distraught, so they're unable to speak to us. Some of them, however, tell us that the body of a 1-year-old boy, Junior, has been found at a place in Agbogboloshi here in Accra. Francis, who is recuperated, has been narrating to us the terrifying moment his wife lost grip of their 1-year-old son, who fell into the water.
We are crossing. Every time we are seeing, then another hard water just blew it out. So all of a sudden my wife fell and I hold her again. Then I hold my baby too. And we are struggling. My wife to shut her. Me alone. Another one blew again. And my wife fell. And my wife fell down. Me too. And the baby we started struggling. I can't find them again.
No, unfortunately, that was not the last. It didn't end there. Because after this, almost the entire week last week, you were here with us. We asked questions, we demanded solutions, but unfortunately, it has not ended. In spite of assurances we had from authorities, another 7 people have died in their cars, including 4 soldiers and a baby.
This is the side of the motorway where traffic moves from Tema to Accra. On a morning like this, it's extremely busy, but last night on this same road, because of the heavy rains, there was water everywhere. Now, normally, when you drive along this motorway, you can see the guardrails, which will tell you that there is something on either side. But because of the heavy rain, this whole place was covered with water, and the drivers could not see the edges of the motorway. So a military pickup carrying 4 adults and a baby in the cabin and a number of passengers in the bucket was driving along, reportedly coming from a funeral right here on this motorway. Because this was all covered with water, they couldn't see the edges of the motorway, and the driver found himself veering off the motorway. He tried to brake, but it was too late. Within 1 meter, the pickup was in the water.
So when at all will the annual ritual of death by flooding end? It's become like something we expect. Death by flooding. When will it end? Maybe our guest this morning can help. His name is Abu Ramadan. He's Deputy Director General of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. Good morning, Mr. Ramadan.
Good morning, Daniel.
Before you come in, though,
tell me where we gonna run go. After making our motherland a better place to live. Tell me where we gonna run go. When them say we have to pay for.
Past 8, and you just heard me chronicle a number of incidents that have occurred in our country from 2014 to 2013 to now. That's the farthest that we went, and we all know that flooding is much older than this. Mr. Ramadan, good morning. Do we know a solution to this problem? Do we have one?
Good morning to your listeners and viewers on Facebook too as well. And I want to start off by apologizing for not being able to join you last week. I'm sure your listeners will forgive me for not being able to appear. Yes and no. There is a solution, and no, there might not be a lasting solution. The reason why I say that is we can put in all the technical infrastructure changes. We can do everything we want to do, spend billions of dollars in restructuring our drains and everything. If the attitude of the Ghanaian citizen doesn't change, it all comes down to zero. Largely, government and by extension, those in charge have a responsibility to put in certain measures or put in certain laws or measures in place to make sure that we don't have the situation recurring. But in most instances, the human element is almost 60 to 70% of the cause of the numerous flooding we are having. And in Ghana, we don't have natural disasters in terms of rains and all of that. They are all man-made and human-made. By virtue of our own attitude and the way we go about things, contribute to the flooding we see. Because a practical example, the reconstruction of the Wager drain, if you remember, somewhere last year, government awarded a project for the expansion.
Where we had to block traffic, I remember it's very old.
Yes. So after all that project, now the culverts can now take more water that's coming from the from the Wager side, can take more water. But then if we end up doing the same thing by putting filth, putting plastics into the drain, it will end up choking the drain and preventing water flow.
I love numbers, Mr. Abu Ramadan. How did you come at the 60 to 70% figure? How did you arrive at it?
You see, if I say 60 to 70, really, we at NADMO are still trying to identify the very natural disaster that's happened. So long as my memory or our memory can serve us right. In most instances, almost, that's why I say 60 to 70. We can give chance to the winds and all of that. But in most cases, it all has to do with the fact that our drains are choked, with the fact that people build even culverts over the gutters that have been built to give them access into their homes. After building those culverts, they forget that the wooden structure they put beneath the culverts to hold beneath the concrete way to hold and give them the ramp, they forget to even remove it. By so doing, it remains there. You have a refuse come, trap, and now block. If you notice, yesterday, on Sunday when the rains came, for the first time, Jolo, that is to say the Word Miracle, is it Perez Church, Perez Dome area, didn't see the flooding it always sees. For that place, if it rains and you call us, oh, there's flooding here, we know that one. The moment the rain comes down, within 10-15 minutes, the water will all drain out. But for the first time, we didn't see that around Perez Dome. Why? Because some drains, on the main Jolo Road, some people had constructed what's it called? Slabs over the gutters to give them access into their facilities. After doing that, they forgot to remove the wooden beams they put underneath it, and has trapped rubbish for so long. Last week, we got through some members of the Jolo Association. They were able to remove the slab on top of it. They attempted removing some, and it eased the pressure. And this week, they are going to continue doing that to make sure that...
And this is work NADMO did?
I won't call it 100% NADMO.
But work NADMO led?
Yes, in support with the Jolo Association.
So the answer to my question will be, you observed and placed the figure 60 to 70%?
Yes, precisely.
Okay. Let's listen to what you told us last year after Dr. Yahefron passed away. You know, the flooding at Teshi that had the doctor die.
During the dry season, we did a couple of desilting works all over the country, not just in Accra. In some parts of the eastern region, the central region, Ashanti, we did a lot of desilting all over. And we've done a lot of campaigns to inform the public as to always remind them as to what to do when they... Teshi has been part of our programs and activities. And it's not just the Teshi area. You look at the Teshi, Nungwa, Chama, right. Ashaman area. we've taken all of situation, and that is why if you recollect recently, we were at site in Community 18, the Ramsar site, trying hard with the municipal assembly to even demolish structures, because the Ramsar to collect all the water that comes from it, all the water that washes down from the mountain, so that
okay.
into the sea. But people have now started building. People have now started building on that particular site, and that particular problem is affecting other areas because there isn't enough land for the water to collect. It is now entering into communities and places. So we took into consideration that and put up a task force to how we could prevent people from developing the lands there, and also how we could bring down even buildings. So I personally spoke to ECG to ask them, and we officially wrote to them to ask them not to issue meters to houses within that Ramsar site enclave. Within that Ramsar site, to prevent people from developing. Yes.
Yes, I'm very interested in what we are doing collectively as in other flood-prone areas. But yes. I asked the question about this particular bridge. Did it come to your attention? Was any action taken? We know that this is a place that often floods. Have you taken any action at that area?
With this particular bridge, I'm sure after we finish with this exercise, I can give you, because I know some series of actions we're taking.
So that was Abu Ramadan speaking to us on the Super Morning Show last year. And he's back with us in studio. And unfortunately, I would have to be asking most of the questions I asked again. We'll begin with the work you said you were doing last year, the work at the Ramsar sites, the desilting works being done across the country. Was nothing done to prevent the flooding for this year?
Let's put in proper context the role of NADMO, or our responsibility. Yes, now we have a law backing us, but we are left to the LI that gives us the authority, that gives us the right to go in without recourse to any assembly or anybody, so long as our collaborating agency, which is the 48 Engineers Regiment, together with our technical men, after an assessment, believe that a structure where it is located has the potential of creating a problem when the rains come or when in any other situation. We can go in. The law we've now finished with the laws, yet to go to Parliament. We're hoping by the end of the year we'll have that law passed. That gives us that authority. But as it stands now, as a coordinating agency, all we can do is to insist on the assemblies, the district municipal assemblies, to make sure that the right thing is put in place or the right measures are undertaken. We don't have the power to. I can't move in with my bulldozers, although I have them. I have the excavators. I can't move in and go and demolish any structure. If I must do it, I must do it with the consent of the assembly must come on board. So whatever we would ask the assembly to do, we expect them to do it. But if they say they don't have budget to do it, I don't have the budget to construct that culvert for them. But I can tell them, based on my technical advice from my technical men, that this culvert needs to be expanded. We tell the assembly, we call them for a meeting, let them understand this is what must be done. So from last year, a lot of work has been done. I wouldn't want to speak for the Works and Housing Minister. I wouldn't want to, because the Conti project that was proposed, I wouldn't want to speak.
He came last week to speak for himself.
So I wouldn't want to speak to that. But a lot of work has been done. And I can tell you for sure, yesterday when your producer came, I took him upstairs to our EOC to see the sort of setup we have and the sort of things we're doing. We, together with the assemblies, and mostly our district directors within the districts, would write officially requests for excavators, requests for men, or requests for equipment to help undertake the silting or any other project that they need to undertake. And we offer. And we've done that over the course of the period, since last year, the rains. And don't forget, last year, we had the rains go as late as October, down here, down south. October, November, we're still having rains in Accra, down south, which didn't used to be the case. At first, quarter by August, September, the rains have subsided now. It's gone up north. Now the problem is up north. You are now thinking of how to deal with it up north. But because of climate change, everything has changed. The weather pattern has changed and everything. So it will sometimes throw your plans out of gear. But I can tell you and I can show you that work has been done.
Where?
Some desilting has been done. I can tell you for sure, in Adenta, parts of Adenta, the Ramsar site, even last week, I was on my municipal director. I was on my municipal director to make sure that the Ramsar site is ready to accommodate the volumes of water that will be coming up from the Ebri Mountains or the mountainous areas.
Adenta end.
Adenta, aside Adenta, within the Weja enclave, and my regional director has been doing a fantastic work. He's managed to get some people with excavators, and he goes to districts. I've asked him to furnish us with the full details of all the districts that have. Yesterday, I told your producer, we've asked him to give us the full district list of districts and the specific location. For instance, Adenta will request for excavator to go and work, to go and desilt. They tell me we're going to desilt drain A. I release the excavator to them based on the decision of the assembly. After I guess that the assembly feels, okay, the most important one currently is not A, is B. To me, I think A was being worked on. So yesterday I told your producer, if he wants exact figure, that's why I say I can give you some names. Adenta, Weja, Malam, and even Malam last year, when we were doing one of our excavators got stuck even in the water, in the drain. So it is not as if nothing was done.
I'm waiting for the specific names because, like you said, my producer was in the studio, was in your office yesterday to let you know that we'll be asking some of these questions today. So we're very confident you'll be able to tell us some of the names.
And I've given you examples.
Weja, Malam, and Adenta.
Weja, Malam, Adenta, and some parts of Tema East, where we had this current problem.
Which parts of Tema East, if I may?
Tema East, that's why I said, if you tell me to be specific.
No, but that's why we came yesterday to
I've given you the areas. When you speak to the various chief executives, they can confirm to you where they worked. But machines and equipment were given to those districts to use in their desilting work. And they go for 3-4 days a week and come back. They go 3-4 days a week and come back. It is not as if it's given to them just to go and park at their district assembly office. They go and they work with it. As to the specifics, I told your producer, I said, if you want the specifics, I will request for it to be brought. But in asking for specifics from the regional office, where they've done so much, by close of day today, if you want, I'll furnish you with the full detail.
How are you then able to monitor how ready we are to face a flood if you don't have the specific data on the work you've done available to you?
You see, it's not just NADMO.
But NADMO is the coordinating agency. You are leading this effort.
It's not just NADMO that is doing the work. Ministry of Works and Housing is also undertaking. Sanitation Ministry, they are also doing some part of the work. Where we will come in, when they call us and they say, based on the directive from Ministry of Works and Housing, or based on the directive from Ministry of Sanitation, we need to do this. Oh, we need the excavator for 4-5 days to work within our district. We provide it. If our excavator is busy, we can't give you the excavator. We tell you the excavator is not available. Look for other alternative arrangements in bringing in the excavators.
You see, what I am asking is that we knew it was going to rain. We knew we were going to have a rainy season. You have been giving out excavators to work. How were you able to monitor that the amount of work my excavators are doing 3 or 4 days a week, it can prevent flooding totally in this area? How were you able to do that?
Based on assessment from the assembly.
And you have those assessments ready?
For instance, Adenta, they requested for excavator to work within their district. We gave them excavator for 3-4 days. The excavator to go elsewhere. It went elsewhere. They requested for it back again. They said we wanted it back for another 3-4 days. We are not done with the desilting work we're doing. So the excavator now is scheduled to go back again. So within that period, when unfortunately the rains come and areas are flooded, based on that, and trust me, I'm saying most of the flooding situations, the major drains that are supposed to be desilted are being desilted. The major ones.
You see,
community flooding is serious, but most of the major drains within the communities that need to be desilted, and in the critical areas, where today, if Ramsar site is absorbing a lot of water, there's one more dam there's a dam in Adenta that takes volumes of water before it releases. If that dam is properly desilted, and the desilting work has been done, some desilting work had been done on that dam, it absorbs the water and releases it gradually. If for not that desilting work that was done before, the impact of the water from the Ebri area would have been felt much more than is being felt. If you notice, look at the areas that were flooded. It has absolutely nothing to do with the water line that's coming all the way from the Ebri area.
Wait, are you saying that the flooding at Circle has nothing to do with the Ebri area? I'm
telling you, the flooding at Circle, it joins, but the real impact of the water from Ebri goes down all the way into the Ramsar area and exits.
Exits through where?
Exits
because the Ramsar area, excuse my blunt case, but it's not by the sea. So it has to flow somewhere.
Yes,
so where does it exit to?
From the Ramsar. There's a lagoon that exits into the sea.
Exits through where? I want you to show me a route. Where does the lagoon, where is the lagoon? Where does it pass? That's what I want to know.
Have you been to the Ramsar site before?
No, boss. So the Ramsar site is by the sea.
I'm telling you, as the Ramsar site is very big, and when it collects, it exits. No. Get to, when you're driving on the Tema Beach Road, on the Tema Beach Road, just before you get to the new Tema expansion project.
So it exits through Tema.
Yes.
That's the answer I was looking
just before you get to the Tema expansion, you see it on your left. That big whole green area you see is part of the Ramsar site.
So I was asking you to trace it to the sea for me. You've done that.
Precisely.
Okay. So I'm sorry to put this bluntly, but you see, I was trying to get how ready we were for the flooding. So that maybe I was hoping that maybe you would tell me that, okay, I identified these 4 critical areas and I made sure that the desilting was done before. But we are unable to track where where exactly the excavators went to.
Don't forget, Nadmo, me, I don't have the money to pay for the silting work to be done. I don't have the money to pay for the silting work to be done. As a coordinating agency, I don't have the money to pay for the desilting work to be done. That's why I say whatever we do as a coordinating agency, we do it in collaboration with the district assemblies. So if the district assemblies also say they don't have the budget to do the silting work, I don't know, we must go and look for the money to do it. But it is not for NADMO to take out money from our pocket because we don't have that budget to do that as it stands currently.
In the 2018 budget, we are told that in 2018, NADMO would intensify public awareness on various disaster types through TV and radio discussions, community debates, and school programs, among others. It will also carry out clean-out exercises in collaboration with MMDAs by desilting drains and cleaning gutters. So in carrying out of this mandate, what did we do?
Oh, a lot of the revival of clubs, disaster clubs in the various schools, the creation of the recreation of the DVGs, disaster volunteer groups within the various communities. And very soon it will be launched on a full scale. As I'm talking to you, we have a whole team that has been set up that they are going around registering people for the disaster volunteer groups. And aside that too as well, radio, yes, radio, I don't know, but our communication directorate has tried. We've done a lot of, programs that sensitization works that, is carried out, but you know the attitude. No, you see, you know the attitude of Ghanaian media, if I may call it. If there's no disaster, sometimes you do an event, you even invite them, don't even come. You invite them for even a press conference, don't even come. Last week there was a press conference, there was a meeting between NADMO and the Advertisers Association of Ghana at the head office, where we agreed to set up a technical committee which has been set up to go around to look at the integrity of billboards that have been erected, illegal billboards that are erected that are not supposed to be there, would be moved out, and together with the district assemblies, make sure that proper siting of billboards are done, and the billboards that exist have integrity and can stand even the winds and all of that. We invited the media. It was just 2 media houses that came. Amongst all the media, it was just 2 that came.
Okay.
So if there's no issue, whatever you do, sometimes you invite the media, the lack of interest is there, unless there's some form of sensationalism to the whole exercise. If not, you invite media, they don't show up.
The budget mandates you to do TV and radio discussions. Yes. Respectfully, it's not about press conferences.
Yes.
So
TV and radio, a lot on our national station. I know for sure our communication team, we've sent people within even the beginning of this year. We've sent people from our offices who speak different dialects on GTV to have gone and done a lot of awareness on GTV. and other radio stations.
So you see, Mr. Ramadan,
yes,
this is the challenge I have.
Tell me.
So what data informed this decision? When you went on the national broadcaster, did you look at the percentage of the audience you have reached? Were you able to determine then that I have done for 60% of radio listenership? How did we take that decision?
Decision as in
which radio stations to go and speak on? Did we do it informed by how many people we want to reach?
Daniel, I'll be glad. I'll be glad. Yesterday I told your producer that we've taken a decision as management to invite DJ. Listen, and what we're going to request DJ to do for us, if for nothing at all, they should give us dedicated emails or lines that when we receive emergency weather warning, we give it to them. They should cut into any activity or any program they are undertaking to give us breaking news announcements, to warn the public, first and foremost, as a first step to getting people informed and ready whenever the rains are coming.
Okay. Mr. Ramadan, I want to move and come back to this issue of desilting. So, listeners, when Mr. Ramadan came in, he gave me a map captioned Environmental and Engineering Geology Map of Greater Accra Metropolitan Area. I have a few classmates who will be very excited to see work like this. And that's why I was asking you specifically which areas. So, you've made us understand that you don't have the budget and you support MMDAs.
Yes.
The excavators you sent out went to Weja and Medina and Adenta. On this map that you gave me, none of these areas are flood-prone areas.
No. Let the map blow. When you blow up the map, because
it's color-coded.
And I'm saying it is not even properly. That's why I said we'll send you the soft copy to make it easier for you. When
Did you put it on my phone like I asked you to?
No. I don't know. Kekele, have you done that? I'm here with my head of IT and the head of the Emergency Operations Center.
Yes. So you sent it to me.
And he's going to
because
send
I
you,
remember when you gave me the map, I told you that
he's going to send
it is a big map you have. No, but give me a second.
He's going to send you the entire country.
From the scale that I'm...
Not just Accra.
No.
Not just Metropolitan, Accra Metropolitan.
You let me finish my question. The scale that I'm looking at it tells me, okay, it tells me that some areas are more critical than others. Adenta is not a quarter as critical as the Koli Lagoon area, the South Industrial area, Alajo, the North Industrial area. All of these were budgeted for last year. And then I can take you through Sukura, Dansoman, Matahiko, Ringway, Osu, Nungwa, Teshi. If you did not have the budget yourself,
yes,
were you able to go and monitor and see if the silting was done in these areas?
In Sukura areas, a lot of the silting work has gone on. Sukura, Matahiko areas you're talking about, and even now,
Matahiko leads to Seko.
Yes, I know. So okay. I'm saying a lot of the silting work has been done in those areas, even to the extent that most of the roads before, some didn't even have proper drains, gutters. But because they've done gutters, they've even fixed the roads. So you have the impact of the flooding coming down a little bit. Because now it is not just an open space where the water will just run out. It's carried through a gutter that will lead or terminate at some point. So I'm saying, you see, when you want to pick, when you pick just the data and you say based on the critical areas alone, we should leave the other areas that...
I haven't said that.
Yes. So
I haven't said that.
Where we have been requested to give support for the silting and dredging, we have given support.
But as a coordinating agency, yes, did you monitor and see? Because these areas were budgeted for last year. And we understand the monies for the budgeting came last quarter of last year. Yes. So did we monitor ahead of the rainy season? Did we monitor and see if this work was being done or had been done?
I can tell you that if the work is still being done, look, we are not
even the contractor at work on Obeche Bilamte to Seko.
That's why I'm telling you. You don't push me to speaking for the Works Ministry. I can't
speak.
But
this is no.
I can't speak. Daniel, I can't speak for the Ministry
let's be fair to our listeners. No, Mr. Ramadan.
I can't speak for the Ministry of Works.
Mr. Ramadan, let's be fair to our listeners. I asked a simple question. No. Mr. Ramadan, if I may, let's be fair to our listeners.
Yes.
I asked the question. I asked if you have monitored to see. I didn't say have you done the work. I know you are not the one who did the work. I know you are the agency that leads disaster prevention. as the agency that leads disaster prevention, one would expect that at least you would have a fair idea of the work we have done ahead of the rainy season.
I'm aware some work is going on there. I'm aware some work is going on.
Where?
Even on the from Obechebi runabout, that massive drain in front there, I'm aware work is going on there currently.
As we speak.
As we speak, I know there's work going on there.
So there are contractors on site 28 minutes past 8 Tuesday morning. No, but that's why I asked you a question.
I don't mark workers' attendance for you to.
Pardon me.
I don't mark workers' attendance.
Pardon me. Go ahead.
Daniel, so I'm saying that I know work because as at yesterday, at our EOC, we have a system where we monitor when the rains start. We monitor critical areas. Kaneshie is part, Circle, Madina, a lot of even all the way into Kumasi, we were able to monitor from our head office in real time the situation there. Some cameras were down in Kaneshie, and I questioned how come those particular ones were down, and it's as a result of the work, the expansion work going on there. As a result of the work going on there, that's how come those cameras were down. So I can tell you that work is, and you see, don't forget, Daniel, we're not in the rainy season yet.
Actually, we are. The Meteor Agency reports that we are now
entering.
It has started. The Meteor Agency I'm just relaying to you the words of the Ghana Meteorological Agency.
I agree.
Listeners are being educated. So
the annual one. You know the traditional one we know. That's what I'm saying. The annual one, we are now entering into it. So this, because that's why earlier I said because of climate change, a lot of things are changing.
So we are in the rainy season.
Well, partially, I'll call it.
We are not partially.
If Metro says it, that's okay. That's okay. We will take what Metro has said. But I'm saying the traditional one we are aware of, that we know that anytime we get to this stage, we've entered the rainy. Which certainly climate change will affect plants and will affect us in our planning and everything. So yes, we are putting our acts together to make sure that we can surmount the challenge in front of us.
Did we know when the rainy season will start this year?
This year it was forecast to come early, because I was in Togo for a conference, Benin for a conference on the metro weather forecasting. It was forecast to start early, and the volumes as was forecast is what we are seeing. But it was forecast to start early.
Okay, it's 29 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm here in the studio with Abu Ramadan. He is the Deputy Director General of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. We'll take these important messages. We'll come back. Like I said, we'll give you the opportunity to call in and ask Mr. Ramadan your questions directly. Mr. Ramadan, I need to take it. We are here together.
No problem.
We are here together. So I'll take a few messages and we'll come back.
At Afrodan, we believe that many of the problems people have with their health is as a result of the way they sit. In other words, your chair can kill you. Here's Dr. Marcus Mann of the Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
What you have to remember is that the spine is the lifeline to your body, and posture is the window to that spine. Now, posture is affected by your daily activities and habits like sitting. That's why at the Chiropractic and Wellness Centers, we recommend what I believe to be the best chairs available for preventing not only subluxations, but also other health problems that you may not be aware of. And that's Rabami and Mobilex chairs. Unfortunately, on a daily basis, I have to correct the effects of this poor sitting habit in our businessmen and businesswomen. Always remember, optimal spine equals optimum health.
So, for the sake of your health, buy Rabami or Mobilex chairs from Afrodan. We are on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Telephone 663-085.
Hey, Kwame, what's up here? My brother, my wife has been diagnosed with cancer. What? My brother is here with kidney disease too. Oh, yeah.
Do you know the World Health Organization estimates that over 16,000 new cases of cancers are diagnosed annually in Ghana, and kidney diseases account for 10% of all medical admissions to Kolebu?
But thanks to Glyco-Critical Illness Plan, GSIP, I have spent over 20,000 Ghana cedis on my younger brother's disease. Yeah. What is GSIP?
Glyco-Critical Illness Plan, GSIP, provides you with financial support when diagnosed with any critical illness or dread disease such as cancers, strokes, kidney failures. Speak to GlycoLife today on 0302-218-500 for your GSIP policy. It is definitely in our interest to survive. GlycoLife, we cushion you for life.
What makes me melt on Easter? My family together. Oh, that's sweet. Yes, it melts. Family comes together after shopping at our favorite City supermarket and enjoy special meals for everyone. How sweet. With running around.
The sweetest Easter deals are at Citidia because only Citidia offers the best quality products at prices so low that will make your heart melt. So rush to Citidia and have a sweet Easter.
I am Dr. Acacia. Acacia gives your workers the best customer service and treatment options when the need arises, keeping them healthier and more productive for your business. Acacia Health Insurance. We place value on those you value.
Malaria takes lives. Insecticide-treated bed nets help prevent mosquito bites that can cause malaria. The NetLife campaign is all about giving you more variety of insecticide-treated bed nets of different shapes and sizes that bear the quality seal of approval. Look out for it. Buy insecticide-treated bed nets of your preferred choice, now available in pharmacies and supermarkets near you. So go on, enjoy protection, comfort and style with nets that fit your lifestyle. The NetLife. My net, my life, my choice. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to South Africa, your own personal playground.
Welcome to the Cape One.
Welcome to Johannesburg.
Welcome to Shaka Marine World. Welcome to Canal Walk.
Welcome to the Nelson Mandela Capture Site.
Welcome to
the Cape Town Jazz Festival.
Welcome to the Midlands. Welcome to Maboneng. Welcome to East London. Welcome to God's Window.
With 54 million welcoming South Africans, all eager to make your holiday that much more inviting, allow us to indulge you with all our favorite sights and sounds. Visit SouthAfrica.net to discover more. South Africa, inspiring new ways.
Easter is a season of miracles and wonders. And for those looking for solutions to present financial needs, look no further. There's good news from Republic Bank. If you're a salaried worker, government employee, or gainfully employed, simply walk into any branch of Republic Bank, complete a loan application form, and be part of the Republic Bank Easter loan sale. It's quick, easy, and flexible. Call or WhatsApp now on 055-654-3212. The Republic Bank Easter loan sale. Resurrect your pocket. Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
This is the 12th edition of the Water Africa and West African Building and Construction Exhibition and Seminar Program in Accra, and it's brought to you by Ace Event Management Limited. This program will be held at the Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel from the 26th to 28th of June 2019. Limited exhibition space is still available, and I know you don't want to miss this. For more information, call 024-851-8390 or visit www.ace-events.com.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no. Why did you leave Abeku alone on the bed?
But I had to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look, the video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. We're there for you, everywhere you go.
Welcome to South Africa, your own personal playground.
Welcome to the Cape One.
Welcome to Johannesburg.
Welcome to Shaka Marine World. Welcome to Canal Walk.
Welcome to the Nelson Mandela Capture Site.
Welcome to
the Cape Town Jazz Festival.
Welcome to the Midlands. Welcome to Maboney.
Welcome to East London.
Welcome to God's Window.
With 54 million welcoming South Africans, all eager to make your holiday that much more inviting, allow us to indulge you with all our favorite sights and sounds. Visit southafrica.net to discover more. South Africa, inspiring new ways.
Enjoy fast, affordable, and dependable 4G service in Accra and Tema. In your office, home, or on the go. Contact Telesol today on 0302 221 658 or 9 or 0303 975 342 or more, or our website telesol4g.com, or send us an email through enquiry@telesol4g.com. Telesol 4G, just a touch.
Super Morning Show. Rebel liberation. Tell me where you gonna run go.
Does it? Things got heated a bit a few minutes ago with Abu Ramadan. We are calming down. We are calm. We are just asking your questions for you. You're sending so many text messages. Thank you for joining the discussion. Abu Ramadan is, of course, the Deputy Director General for the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. And we are talking about flooding. When will it end? So what we are doing is that we are looking at the actions we took in the past so we can look at what we must do differently if we really want to see an end to the perennial flooding. Text messages are brought to you by Afrodan. Your back must last your lifetime. Glyco Critical Illness Plan, GSIP. Glyco, we're cushioning you for life. We are doing this till 10 a.m. and we will be opening the phone lines for you to ask your questions yourselves. Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world, period. The Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair. It has over 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for your health and comfort. So go to Afrodan on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade and feel this chair. You'll be amazed. A Kingdom Books and Stationery now offers a 30-day credit facility with no interest charge. We deliver free within Accra, Tema and surrounding towns. So call us on 0302-764-101 and 762-307 or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one stop shop for all office essentials, stationery and furniture. Okay, so you didn't add your name to this one. You want to know from Mr. Ramadan which areas of Sukura has roads. Okay, in which areas of Sukura have the roads and gutters been done, including Nansoman?
Yeah. So as we went off here, I've told my regional director to, whilst we're waiting, he will send it right now. I'll mention it to you some of the areas before we wrap up.
Before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Raymond, write it down for me so that I don't forget. It's not funny because
before we wrap up,
this is a question that has come from our listeners. Our listeners, we take them very seriously. Okay. Last week, this week, NADMO has been retrieving bodies from floodwaters. Are we ever able to rescue people and save lives?
Yes. When we are reporting, we always report. The media always report the ones who died, but the ones who were rescued, you don't find them in the report. But when we are writing our reports, we indicate to those who were rescued, whether by NADMO or by people within the community or people around, we indicate them. Because even just Sunday, Circle, the person who died in Circle, whose body we are still looking for, has not been found yet. the person who was pushed, into the Odo, and the person died. There were 2 of them. The people managed to rescue one person.
Okay.
And the other was washed away. And with the same thing with the military vehicle, which had almost 12. Is it 12? Which had 12 people sitting in the bucket.
So all those 12 people
were rescued. So there's always a rescue element of it, and
but we don't report as many. Maybe we should.
I think the media should help us.
No, but the message I got from you, I didn't get the number of people rescued.
People. I think.
So I mean, it's fine. And look, kudos to you for rescuing those people. The families are grateful. I mean, when congratulations must be given, they must. I just got this message as well. It says, I think this flood thing is not just about leadership. We as a people have to play our role. 3 days ago, it was raining. I saw a young man dropping an empty sachet rubber on the street. Long story short, I asked him to pick it up. He did and dropped it elsewhere again on the floor. He then walked back to his friends and hurled insults, I think you want to say, at me. I was so heartbroken. Think about it. Daniel, the whole Accra flood started when Accra started taking refuse fee. So we are the cause of our own problem, both government and citizens. So a lot of commentary coming also about the role of citizens, which is very important. Mr. Ramadan, with what tools do you rescue these people with?
Tools in terms of...
Whilst Mr. Ramadan is answering the question, I'm opening the phone line. So 0302-216-541. I'll let you answer it. Give me a moment. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. And 0244-340-437. Go ahead.
Some of the tools, you either use a live buoy or you use the carabiner ropes. And we have boats, speed boats, that also we use in rescue. But so far, since I got to Nadmo, we've not had a situation where we had to deploy the boats until last year when we did the deployment of the boats. But we didn't even use the outboard motor. We had to paddle and go into people's homes, and that's around the Kisaman area. So these are some of the things that I use. And even the human personnel, when the military vehicle fell into the into the water, my personnel were inside the water trying to take out the dead bodies using those same equipment.
Okay. So that's one of the points that was raised. Ato is calling from Teshi. Good morning, Ato.
Yeah, good morning, Dan. And good morning.
Ato, please turn off your radio and let's talk.
Okay? Yeah, hello, good morning.
Great, it's good now. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Is it the same Abu Ramadan we have in the studio?
This is Abu Ramadan. I don't know if you know.
Which one does he know?
Wow, interesting. You see, it's about time our leaders take responsibility. It's about time. We, the citizens, will have to play our role, but the leaders too must take responsibility. I quite remember Mr. Abu Ramadan way back when he was in opposition, the way you attack issues. Now you're asking me questions and you can't provide answers. You come into the studio and you didn't come with facts. I mean, this is unfair. We vote for people to be responsible for us.
Atu, do you have a question for Mr. Ramadan? Okay. Please, let's ask questions, okay, as much as possible. Kwame is calling from McCarthy Hill. Good morning, Uncle Kwame.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning to Abu Ramadan. Indeed, it's a sad situation when it comes to even the desilting. You know, you don't do desilting in a rainy season. You know, it's sad, you see. NPP in opposition was so much on NDC. Today, they are doing worse, the worst of all. You don't do desilting in a rainy season. I don't need to be an engineer to tell you, Abu Ramadan, thank God, you know, through your wife's connections, you got.
Okay, Uncle Kwame, thank you for calling. Claude is calling from Tema. Good morning, Claude.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, let's hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you know, we need to look for solutions, and I'm hoping that they also contribute to give us solutions. One, the desilting and the things that get into the drains, who put them in? I don't think it's NADMO or the government, it's the citizens. And we have to develop a habit of not dumping refuse in our gutters or littering our communities. If you take, for instance, our schools or institutions, we should be able to manage waste, where we have containers where rubbers, papers, bottles can be separated. What we are doing in this country is refuse collection. And I'm wondering those who have gone for training in waste management, what they are doing at their various offices. I think we have to give out plans where we can manage the waste that they don't get into our drains.
Thank you very much, Claude, for that contribution. And Douglas is on the line from Dansoman. Good morning, Douglas.
Good morning, Daniel.
Great. Do you have a question?
Yeah. I still want to know which part of Dansoman that he's talking of. Because when we talk of Otojo Down, yesterday moved there and said something. And moreover, did I overheard him saying that he doesn't mark workers on the field? I want him to be clear of this statement. Thank you.
He was making a statement in reference to a question about the workers being on site.
No.
Yeah, he said Otojo Down.
Yeah, I'm asking where exactly is that located?
Douglas, send us another text. Okay.
Where exactly that is located?
Otojo Down, where exactly is it located?
I know
Clement is on the line from Roman Ridge. Good morning, Clement.
Hello, Dan. Good morning.
Great, let's hear you.
Please, the way Abu is speaking, I don't know. He's trying to defend everything that you are trying to put on him. And you, Daniel, sitting there, you are representing a lot of people. So that you ask him for us. So he should just come down and listen to you and answer the question. If you don't have the answer, so tell you that, he'll provide you the answers later. But the way he's trying to defend, it's like, I don't know what he's trying to say. And what I'm trying to appeal to is that he should talk with government, so that government will provide bins on the street. You drink water and leave the searcher. You hold the searcher or the container. You will not get any place to drop it.
Thank you, Clement, for calling us from Roman Ridge. Abu Mohammed is on the line. Good morning, Abu.
Hello, good morning, bro.
Yes, how are you?
See, human beings, we are very, very complex. You understand? When persuasion fails, force must be applied. This flood issue, I remember since I was a child in Pokwase, when the Alaju thing happened. Rollins was in a canoe on the river and all that. And still, how many years now, we are still discussing this. We will discuss, we remember the circle, what happened just in June 13 or so. And we are still repeating this stuff. You see, when persuasion fails, force must be applied. Bring the military. Let them rule this country for only 6 months. Then you hand it over to whoever. Then you will see the discipline.
Thank you, Abu, for calling. It's a bit extreme, isn't it? Kweku is calling from Matahiko. Good morning, Kweku.
Hello, good morning, Daniel.
Hi, let's hear you.
Yeah, good job done for this country. You are contributing in a very great way to save lives, educate people, and I will always congratulate you. Now, coming to the issue, I live in Matahiko, and I haven't seen anybody come around as a last year or last quarter of the year to the sale. It hadn't happened. So the gentleman is not actually telling the truth. I'm highly disappointed. You know, the lady who passed on, who was drowned with a baby, lives opposite a house in front of opposite my house. The house, she lives opposite the house behind, she lives behind the house opposite my house.
Okay.
That tells me what happened. I would invite you personally.
When did she pass away, please? When did she pass away?
It happened last Sunday, not the 2 days ago. Last week, Sunday.
Okay.
Not today, yeah.
Not the most recent one, last 2 weeks.
No, the previous one.
Okay.
And if you come around and you see, we have reported this a number of occasions. This thing has been with us for over 30 years. President Kufuor, during his reign, constructed an underground from our end to the Odo River, where ICGC is. And from that side to ICGC, now they are free. We are only left between St. Thomas clinic where the MP lives to Walako Hotel down. And when it rains, unfortunately, the MP has also contributed in a very great way for the floods to increase. Before he won, when it rains, we don't experience this volume of water. But he has constructed drains, directed it downward, and what is it called? What is supposed to be collected? The drain, a bigger drain that must collect what is directing downward into the main underground is not existent. So you would realize when it rains within 20 minutes, all drains have been directed downward. And that is what really caused the death of this woman and the baby. The young man was saved.
Kweku, thank you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling, Kweku. It took him a while to make that point, but Kofi Bajumba has been on the line for a while. He's our last caller for this batch. We would have Mr. Ramadan answer the questions, and then we'll open the phone lines again. Kofi, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I am blessed. Let's hear you.
Yes, Daniel. Accra City grows day in, day out. The rate at which Accra City is growing is so fast. So don't you agree with me that it is about time we relocate the capital from Accra to either Kumasi or Sunyani somewhere? Because the more Accra City keeps growing, the more it is exposed to disaster. You see, earthquake, flooding, and the rest. Each year we come and sit on Joy FM and talk about disaster. It's about time somebody thinks about relocating the capital from Accra to either Kumasi or Sunyani so that they replan Accra. Because the people. All right.
Thanks, Kofi. Thanks, Kofi, for calling. So it's 5 minutes to the top of the hour. I want to take a batch of messages, and then I'll have Mr. Ramadan answer your questions. So just a quick batch of messages, and Mr. Ramadan will answer your questions, and then we'll take the Joy Business Minutes as well. Stay with us. This is a Super Morning Show.
Roverman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM and National Theatre, presents a brand new Ebo-wide play titled Dora. Why? All right, everyone calm down. Nobody panic. Now tell me what is going on.
Look, someone has been here. The dining table has been laid. I didn't do it, but see... And they left a note on the table as well.
What does it say? Let me take a look. It says, "Good evening, Thomas and Mabel.
That's us.
Today marks the 30th anniversary of my death.
What?
This is to keep my memory alive. Please don't forget me. Signed, Dora."
Jesus!
Actually, it's written here. Venue is National Theatre. Time is 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Dora. Why? Shows on 6th and 7th April and the Easter weekend, 20th, 21st, and 22nd April 2019. Tickets available at Joy FM, Shell Shops at Airport, Tema Community 11, and Dansuman, Bachina, and Hacha Total, Frankie's, Osu, and all usual outlets. Hotline 050-554-6010. Sponsors: Bond Savings and Loans, Sikol Ghana Limited, Old Mutual, and Dolphin Finance. Media partners: Hits FM, Joy News, Joy Prime, Adum TV, MyJoyOnline.com, and AdumOnline.com. Dora, why? Buy your tickets now.
Hey, Sammy. Yeah, brother. I say yesterday, you do some magic way I shock.
What's happened?
Yeah, yesterday, the money you go take pay for your hospital bill self, Charlie, was a problem. As me, I did there, the worry. Oh, I didn't pull his phone, dial something. Where I follow him go the MTN store opposite the hospital. He spoke to the iOS Send with care staff, and he came out with 600 Ghana cedis in his mobile money wallet to sort the hospital bill, my brother.
What? Are you Send with care?
Yeah.
Why? He be sponsor.
Remember the 200 Ghana cedis he sent to Mami Zima last week using MTN iOS Send with care?
Yeah, I think.
That be what they triple give him back as an insurance cover.
Sayo!
When you want to send mobile money, simply dial *170# on your MTN phone. Select option 1, scroll down and select option 3, Send with care. Then boom, you get the money tripled as medical cover for yourself and life cover for both you and the recipient. To claim, simply dial *170#. Call 100 for more information. Terms and conditions apply. This policy is underwritten by Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana. Ayo, because you care.
Charlie, so it's actually raining and we can't hear any sound. As for this, your house, when it's raining, no sound. When the sun is up, the interior is cool. What roof are you using?
They use Ico roofing shingles from Interface Limited. Long lasting and beautiful.
Ico roofing shingles. We all for move to Interface and get this Ico roofing shingles.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at www.interfacelimited.com.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank, professionally different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Come on, everybody, this is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank. Follow me, let's go now. We're stronger together. We're stronger together. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank.
We are stronger together. First Atlantic Bank. Refreshingly different.
What makes me melt on Easter? My family together.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, it melts my heart when my family comes together after shopping at our favorite Citidia supermarket and enjoy special meals for everyone.
How sweet.
With the kids running around.
The sweetest Easter deals at Citidia, because only Citidia offers the best quality products at prices so low that will make your heart melt. So rush to Citidia and have a sweet Easter.
Hello, it's me, Daryl, with the Joy Business Minute. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, says it's in talks with the Ministry of Finance and other allied agencies to establish an investor protection fund. It will be used to compensate and cushion investors who lose their investments to collapse or distress licensed operators. Meanwhile, SEC has directed Gold Coast Fund Management to cease collection or receipts of new funds from the public. In a statement, SEC said it was fully aware of the plight of investors who have placed funds with the company and are unable to redeem same on maturity. The National Insurance Commission says it will soon compel insurance companies to begin publishing their audited financial statements. According to the Commission, this has become necessary to improve confidence in the sector. The Ghana Chamber of Mines is expecting the first board of the Minerals Development Fund to spearhead rapid development programs in mining communities in the country. The Minerals Development Law, passed 5 years ago, is coming into effect. And those are the latest stories. Thanks for listening.
Make your dreams a reality at the UKIA Study World Exhibition as you meet over 50 universities and colleges from the UK, Australia, Canada, Ireland, US, China, and more. This exhibition will provide you with the very best in study and career advisory, free application processing, free study visa guidance, scholarship information, and a lot more. Come to Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel, Accra on Tuesday, 30th April from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and in Kumasi at Golden Bean Hotel on the 27th of April from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pre-register for fast-track entry on www.ukeas.com.gh/registration or call 0302-798181 or 0502-568920. Come along with academic credentials for free entry. The UKIA Study World Exhibition, your one-stop shop for premium worldwide education.
At UBA, we pay close attention to your every detail, making you feel like a VIP every time you visit us. We have the strongest financial and technological background, making us #1 in risk management. We have offices in New York, Paris, and London, and presence in 20 countries across Africa. UBA has successfully operated in Ghana for almost 15 years, with 28 branches throughout the country. Visit us today at a branch near you. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Super Morning Show.
3 minutes past 9 here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Daniel Daze. Thanks for staying with us. Media, please address citizens' attitudes and set an agenda to help change. Street hawkers litter and don't pay rubbish fees. When you tell them to take care of rubbish, they tell you Zoom Lion will take care of it. Did he pay Zoom Lion? Daniel, please, what he's saying about the Malam work is not true. Whatever they did not solve the situation one bit. Immediately they finished it, even before the work was completed. The place still had water collecting on the road. Very varied reactions I'm getting from listeners to these matters. My guest in the studio is Abu Ramadan. He's the Deputy Director General of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, and we are discussing flooding. When will the dying end? You asked a number of questions. We'll be answering them in a moment. Mr. Ramadan will be answering them in a moment. But Telecel offers the fastest internet service on 4G in the country. They have coverage in Accra, Temaho, Koforidi, Atakrade, and Bolgatanga. For the youth, Telecel has Telecel Wave bundles designed to cater for youth lifestyle, starting from as low as 2 cedis 50 pence West. Telecel has 4G internet service to meet business, homes, and on-the-go needs. And they also have fiber broadband. The broadband services are available for home and offices at affordable rates with varied speeds, unlimited and bundled data options. Do you live in any of these areas? Airport residential area, Laboni Ridge, Cantonment, Jolo, and other locations. Call Telecel to find out about your area and service availability. The number is 0303 975 342 or 344. Send us an email on inquiry@telesol4g.com. That's TELESOL, the number 4 and G.com. Telecel, just a touch. Now let me tell you a bit more about Absa Group Limited, the parent company of Barclays Bank Ghana Limited. Absa is passionate about the African youth, and that's why we have invested millions of dollars in scholarships to educate thousands of students all over Africa, including Ghana. We've also prepared more than 200,000 students for the job market through our Ready to Work program. Welcome to Absa Group Limited. Absa, proudly serving you in Ghana as Barclays. That brings us to 5 minutes past 9. Now, we've had a few messages. I think Douglas sent a message. I'll find that for you. But let's begin with the caller from Matahiko, who was asking about the St. Thomas Eye Clinic area. Mr.
The last bit of his question is yes, genuinely I can from here do a follow up, send my team there to look at the situation there, and get back to us if we need to sit down with the assembly or whoever that we need to call upon to quickly speed up that project so that the problem there can be resolved. I assure the person out, if he really lives there today, he will see my men there together with the assembly people. To visit the site today.
So the work started and it didn't end?
Oh, maybe with that one, I don't know, maybe it's whatever the reason why the work stopped or was truncated, I can't speak for. But we'll go and look at it. Whatever it is, we'll find out from the assembly and we'll make sure action is taken. And with regards to he not seeing dredging or anything being done, certainly he might not see dredging from where he is because his drains have already been constructed. So if anything, it is the silting that will be done. Under the silting work, there have been series of cleanup exercises within the Zabarma line area, Sukura, coming all the way down to the central mosque area. And it's been ongoing for some time. So if he has not participated, I will encourage him to try and participate next time. Next time there's a cleanup exercise to help. And you see, Daniel, most of some of your callers and even your messages you've read has to do with attitude now, the human attitude. Let me give you an example. You know Dansoman Glefi?
Mm-hmm.
Dansoman Glefi. Mm-hmm. Now to the caller or the texter who said after that drain was constructed, there's still water sitting on the road. I can tell him partially maybe why that will be. That whole enclave, that whole Glefi area is supposed to be another water collection basin for discharge into the sea. I hope you get it.
I'm listening.
People have started developing. They bring laterite from elsewhere, fill the soil, and they're pushing the water, the span of the water back. So they're making it smaller. So certainly the volumes that will come have not changed, they are rather increasing. So certainly you might have the spillover into the street. But aside that, when it rains there, because it is a water basin, the water from the ground now floods the community. So in such a situation, who do we point the fingers at? Our own attitude as a people. And if we don't, honestly, that's why in the opening I told, if we don't, as a people, stand up to ourselves and speak the truth to ourselves that we are the cause of the problems we are facing and try to do something about it, no matter what government does. We can decide to not let government of Ghana do anything. Go and bring FEMA from the United States of America. Let them come and implement policy. When they finish, or they do the redesigning of our drains, the entire crowd, when they finish and they go back and the attitude doesn't change, the problem will come back again. So it is how we, as human beings, that's a bigger problem, Daniel. And I think that is where we would want you, the media, to help us set the agenda, to see how we can start some sort of serious drive to make sure that we can reduce the impact of human activities so that we'll get the flooding problem come down. If not, we'll be going nowhere.
I'm going to open the phone lines one more time to get your questions for Mr. Abu Ramadan. He's the Deputy Director General for the National Disaster Management Organization.
And Daniel,
0302-216-541, 0244-340-4370. You want to make a comment?
Yes. In our emergency operations center, we have almost about 8 emergency lines that people can call. And we can't be everywhere at every time. Let's not wait for the rains to come. Within your community, when you think there's a problem, call the Emergency Operations Center. When you call them, they take the information. People will be dispatched there to look at the situation so that we find a solution to it. And it's been happening. The gas filling, I was telling you, Circle, where the Goil filling station used to be. After that whole episode, just after Vienna, there came up a Shell filling station. The Shell filling station comes up. After that, it closes down. Then now Puma Energy takes over as Puma Station.
Let me take you said that.
I told you off air, but
that wasn't on air.
No, that was off air.
Pardon me. Okay, but Sam from Tesano is here.
Okay, you finish.
Let me allow him to speak. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Dan.
Great. Let's hear your question.
Yeah, Dan. I was shocked at this thing, Abu Ramadan, this morning. Last week you invited him to come. He couldn't make it for whatever reason. And a whole week he came today and he came unprepared and he cannot give us facts and figures. I don't think he deserves to be in office. He's not ready to serve the country.
Yes, let's be fair. Sam.
Dan, what we are listening. Please, we are listening. Don't defend him. We are listening to him. He's not giving us all the questions you are asking. He's not able to tell us what and what. A whole week, I thought he took the whole week to prepare. Or maybe when you invited him last week, he wasn't prepared enough. And he came, he wants to prepare and come today. And he can't give us figures. He needs to fire himself before even the president fire him. He doesn't deserve to be in office.
Emmanuel is on the line from Somia. Let me take Emmanuel's thoughts. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, but please turn off your radio, Emmanuel.
Okay. Please, you know something?
Tell me.
I think Abu did not want to give us a lasting solution to the problem. He's not answering the questions because he himself has not been to the places, so you don't know what is happening there. So it's like he's lying. I think you can get what he's saying. What he's saying is he's lying to us. You see, this thing is happening and people are dying just like that. So I think we should find a lasting solution to the problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for calling us from Somia. It's 12 minutes past 9. You can call in and we want you to ask your questions as well. You can also send us in a message. How prepared is NADMO for a greater storm than the usual small rain and Accra falls underwater? That's the message from Cosby Anthony. NADMO says they are under-resourced. Okay, you have a number of things you want to say.
Proceed, please. It's very important.
Let's start with that question so that the rest is not drowned out. How prepared are we for the greater storm than the usual small rain?
From our response position as an agency, I can tell you we're very ready. We're very ready. That's why if you monitor even on Sunday, before the rains the second one started, our men were already on the field giving support and help to people. So for tactical response, we are ready.
That's for tactical response.
We are ready.
Okay.
Tactical response. But I wish you can conclude that message.
I'll read the rest. Don't worry. Let me take Ni from Malam's thoughts there. Good morning, Ni. Hi. Good morning, Ni.
Yeah. Good morning.
Wait. Let's hear you. What's your question?
Dan.
Mm-hmm.
We are listening. We are discerning listeners, and we are listening to the man in the studio. What he's saying, he doesn't know what he's saying. We are the people on the ground, and we are suffering. We know what we are talking about. So if he's there and he's not prepared, come and tell us what he doesn't know. He shouldn't come and tell us what. And Dan, one thing, yesterday, do you realize the lights of that went out yesterday?
Yes, in my house. It wasn't a joke at all.
As I'm talking to you right now, my TV and my fan is not working. I said some schoolboys are offing and on, and no one is telling us anything.
Okay,
we'll come to anything.
We'll come to power. Let's focus on the flooding situation. Yeah, there were parkers yesterday, you know.
Really?
Yeah, there were parkers yesterday. Maybe you have an automatic switch over.
No,
Eric,
I don't even have generators in my house.
Eric is calling from Kumasi. You let's take Eric's thoughts. Eric is calling from Kumasi. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
Hi, Eric. Please speak up for me.
Because is it the same of Abu Ramadan who took this on 2016? Now, look at his voice. He lower his voice. He don't know how to talk. Thank you very much.
Eric from Kumasi, there's 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541, 0244-340-437. Makoni. Is it Makoni?
Makoni, yeah.
Okay, let's hear you, Makoni.
Yeah, Mr. Dazi. Yes, sir. I heard the news. My heart is beat. Because what I asked myself, not just last 2 weeks, we heard that 5 people die. And yesterday, too, another 7 people die. So I asked myself, so every downfall, is it going to be that somebody will die? That's what I asked myself. So what country are we living in? So we should be expecting every rain that somebody is going to die.
Well, that's what we are trying to stop from happening, Makoni. We are also not happy about the fact that every time that we see some heavy rainfall, we have to come and report that people are dead. Willie is calling from Tema. Good morning, Willie.
Yeah, Dan.
Hi, let's hear you. What's your question?
Yeah, Danny, you see the problem that we have in our country. Everything we use politics. Bring solution, and you are talking about politics. The solution, okay, one, why is it that now the town council people have stopped asking people to do the right thing? And 2, why is it that we cannot speak to those who do the shea water and the bottled water? This thing has been taught some years back, that there should be a way that when somebody uses the shea water or bottled water, they will put it in a bin or something like that. These things are not going on, and we're expecting everything should be okay. No, our gutter and this thing, we used to have this AMA, KMA people who do cleaning gutters, even without NADMO. Why is it that now everything is become NADMO? What about these community leaders who used to organize guys to do this, our small gutters and other stuff? Let's do these small things before we attack the big one. So everything, if we are going to attack NADMO for everything, then the solution, we won't get the solution. So I think that's my contribution there.
Thank you very much, William, for calling us. Prince is calling from Kumasi. Good morning, Prince.
Good morning, Danny boy. Please, how are you doing?
I am blessed. Let's hear you.
Please, I want to ask Abu Ramadan how much was given to them to distill the waters like last year, the budget?
How much was given to them to do the silting last year?
Yeah, and this year to how much?
And this year as well. Okay. You want to answer straight away, Mr. Ramadan?
We're not giving any budget for the silting. All the budget for the silting was given to Ministry of Works and Housing.
What role do you play in there? Because it was put in the 2018 budget that I read that you are going to coordinate with MMDAs to
through the Ministry of Works and Housing. So all we do is you identify, send our list to them that these are the areas we think are problematic, and they too would have their list. They merge the two and select the areas that will be desilted, and that's it.
I have a few more questions on that, but Ajman Joseph is on the line. This is Ajman Joseph from Tema Community 9, right?
Yeah, Uncle Dazi, that's me.
Great, let's hear you.
Yeah, good discussion. Your defending listeners are defending heavily on your guest. I believe they should exercise patience a bit. Uncle Dazi, I want to ask myself a question for me. He is making a submission that we as citizens are the cause of the problem, but the authorities are also giving the chance for them to be the cause. Because if people are having permits to burn waterways to create floods, what do they ask them? What do they ask them that why do we give permits to people who build at unauthorized place? This was the question for you, please.
Thank you very much. Why are those permits given out? 0302 216 541. I'm getting a texter asking for the number 0244 340 437. I hope you've got it now. 0302 216 541 0244 340 437. It's 19 minutes past 9. Kofi Bedu is on the line from Kumasi. Good morning, Kofi.
Dan, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm blessed.
Good. You know, Dan, our program is that we don't give appointment to the technical people. The technocrats ought to be given an appointment. I heard you talking about even the energy. You know, there are so many problems around those ministries, so many ministries. And now we are talking about disasters. I'm not saying this in respect to the girls at the studio. You know, even the education ministry, the energy ministry, health ministry, these are the key ministries that ought to be given the technocrats, the opportunity to work in there, to bring out a good result. You know why? Because if you give an appointment to any of the chronics, any of our chronics, they do it for political reasons. But if you give it to the technocrat will make sure that, you know, because they will have the side to foresee the danger ahead of their action and inactions. But if you do not do that, then you see that everywhere, that's what they do it. Even those in the developed countries. But
okay.
It's kind of what, you know, the lives are at stake here. The lives are at stake. So let us stop giving, because we are not on a political trial with us and all that, we are giving it to those who were with us on a political platform. It will not help this country.
Thank you very much, Kofi Bedi, for calling. Let me go to Sukura now, where Issa Haruna has a contribution. Good morning, Issa. What's your question?
My question is to the whole Ghanaian contractors. If you have checked from case time, right? If they are doing the gutters, do they let it flow, like slide when it rains, or when there's no rain, the water goes through it? If you check, all the gutters are straight, it's stuck there. If there's no rain, the water doesn't flow, it's stuck. And I want to ask the Nadmo Abu Ramadan, which side of Shukura are they distilled? The main gutter from the Russia top to Shukura passes through the Shukura Community Clinic. It's not distilled, but there's a work going on. They are doing a construction at Russia. They are doing gutters there at Russia. That one, there's a fact. They are doing at Russia over there.
Okay.
You know, one thing too about we the citizens in Ghana, in Africa especially, there's no discipline in Africa, especially in Ghana. Have you seen that someone they call it Panja, the one that Atamios did for them? It has helped them a lot, and they are going. Sorry to say, I'm in Nyami. Beke, Onupa FM, sorry to say that on the radio. In the night, all the kids and the grown-ups, they have a public toilet. There is Dansuma 1 and 2 over there. They are supposed to go to that toilet over there to pay money, but they don't pay
Very
money. I see them.
So you shouldn't see them and allow them to continue like that. Haruna, you should do something about it. Thank you very much for calling. Apologies to listeners for having to listen to that. Edgar is calling from Kanda Highway. Ramadan, you're laughing. You're laughing when you hear that.
No, the way you said it to me in Ghana.
Let's listen to Edgar. He's calling from Kanda Highway. Good morning, Edgar.
How are you, brother?
I am blessed. How are you?
Not too bad. I want to ask my brother Abu Ramadan, do they really do preventive or they wait for the disaster to happen. Then they go around saying they are managing it by supplying back blankets and buckets and all those things. I just want to find out whether they really do prevent it.
Thank you very much, Edgar, for calling us. Etel Abu, the human factor, has always been there since when he was in opposition, and did not start now when he came to NADMO. He used to say those in charge were not competent. Abdul sent in that message. Okay, so let's take them. Let's begin from the last question, Abu, where he was asking about what do you do in terms of preventing floods? I know prevention is a major part of NADMO's work.
Education,
so what do you do?
as you read earlier, education, awareness creation, provision of providing logistical support if we have it to assemblies, the assemblies to help them carry out activities that would help mitigate the impact of the rains.
And desilting, as the budget said, with the MMDAs and the Ministry of Works and Housing.
That's what I'm saying. The budget is not with us; it's with them.
But you help decide where will be desilted.
We tell them based on our technical advice from our technical people. These areas we think need to be desilted based on reports that have come. We give to them. They also have their set of areas. They merge the two or pick which one is very important based on how much budget they have to carry out the desilting for that particular period. So I don't know. We also have a responsibility to go back and monitor whether how the works is coming up and all that.
So this 197 million that was released at the last quarter of last year, you helped choose the drains that we're going to...
We submitted our proposals as to where we think should be dredged.
And like you say, did you go back to monitor if the Obeche Bilamte to circle drain was done?
I know work had started.
Where?
But I can't pinpoint and say this particular area is emanating from the list we provided to them or not. That I can't tell. But I know work is ongoing, as the minister said. That's why I said I don't want to attempt to speak for the ministry or the minister. The minister was here and he answered those questions.
Yeah, we are only asking you because we understand clearly and you confirm to us that it's part of your mandate. So there are also your questions to answer. Let's be fair at least. We know that we are not asking you if you awarded a contract, yes. But you have admitted here that you are part of the decision-making process. So there are also your questions to answer. I mean, let's be fair.
Yeah, but if I say, the tilting can be our mandate. But
it's in the 2018 budget, Mr. Ramadan.
The budget is not the source of our authority. The budget is not the source of our authority. There's a law that set up the organization, and that law that set up NADMO is not the budget.
But you told us last year as well that there's the silting work going on, which you are involved.
Which, if I say we're involved, by virtue of if our equipments are available, we give it out. Okay. And also our technical advice we give.
Let's move to the next question of technocrats in the ministry. You said you wanted to respond to this one. Technocrats in these various organizations that we have.
I said there would always be a situation where politicians will head government institutions or agencies or ministries, but they will certainly have technocrats on their side to help them in decision making. So I think his point is somehow valid, but there would always be a situation where you have the technocrats being there as backup or support for fact checker. You're here. So let's proceed.
Okay. Sukura, Russia top, going through Sukura Community Clinic.
If that place has not been worked on, I'm sure, because the cleanup exercises have not stopped. They are still ongoing. So that's why I told the earlier caller, who said he lives on the street where the MP is, I told him to try as much as possible and engage himself the next time the cleanup exercise will be done. But I'll do a follow-up. I'll ask them to do a follow-up on when that particular place would be worked on.
Let's talk about sanitation efforts. Again, we acknowledge that this is the key work of the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources. But do we agree with the idea that sachet water should be looked at in possible banning, possible regulation of how it's used?
I can speak personally.
Okay, go ahead.
Personally, as not in representing the organization's view, but to me, we need to move to biodegradable plastics. That is where I think the sachet water industry must move to, because if you look at most of the drains and whatever volume of water is washed down, the sachet water forms about a chunk of it. Forms a chunk, and then the bottles as well. So if we could push legislation to get them to use biodegradable plastics, I think it will be good for us as a country. Well, that's my personal.
Of course. I knew I was asking in that capacity. Dansuma snakes flat down at the back of.
You didn't let me speak to the permit issue.
I'll let you come to that. But Dansuma snakes flat down at the back of Opokuwari Hospital. This is Douglas, who called in the first batch, of course. Okay. He's now specified.
Dansuma snakes flat down
at the back of Opokuwari Hospital. Okay, whilst you are looking for that answer, because we have one of your officials here. Yes, whilst he's looking for that, the issue of permits being granted, Ajiman Joseph called to us.
You see, let me give you an example. Currently, the Adenta, what's it called? Adenta Municipal Assembly, as part of a program, we're liaising with them where they are using even the court system to give permission for the demolition of certain structures that are not properly situated. Adenta. That one I can speak to it authoritatively because there have been series of meetings that have gone on. The chief executive started this way last year. And people without building permit. And look, a lot of areas around the Ajingano site, they don't have permit. The person has been sold a plot of land. He's bought the plot of land. Now he's just building without proper permit.
How about
and
the Zoom Lion building? What's the name of it? Is it a school?
Which one? The Zoom Lion structure. Yes. I last year there was a problem. There was a problem with that structure. It's not connected. Go ahead. Structure.
Okay, so it's 9:30. And we are here in the studio with Abu Ramadan. The studio just got very crowded. Because if Yapokia Vim Lady has walked in, Malik Abbas Dabo has walked in, and Raymond Akwa has walked in. I think we've dealt with a number of the questions that came. So what I'll do now is I'll take this batch of messages. When I come back, I'll give all of you one question each.
But
because we have 30 minutes to end the show.
The question from
yes. Which Raymond, speaking to the mic now. You were asking specifically.
Yeah, there were concerns about a certain Zoom Lion building, be it a school or an office.
I spoke about it.
I specifically want to know the status of that building because there were plans that it was going to be removed along the line.
Yes. Now, what happened was, after the technical people went there, the whole building was closed down for human occupation. So nobody was allowed. So they had to rent a facility. They had to use a facility across the street for the university. That was a building that had the university in it.
Mm-hmm.
Technical people went back there with engineers from our side and the district assembly and all of that. They've done a re-engineering, which has been approved by the technical people. And I don't know whether it's completed or not. But the last time I saw the report, they had concluded on how to re-engineer the building to prevent it from sinking. Which was a cheaper option than pulling down the whole structure. Because we're talking about almost a 5 to 6 story building. So instead of pulling down the whole structure, which one was cheaper? Re-engineering to prevent it from sinking or pulling the whole structure down? And the approval was given for the re-engineering work to start. Already, Zoom Lion had already shown commitment to even start the re-engineering work.
When was the approval given?
Come again?
When was the approval given?
Oh, this should be a while back, about 3-4 months.
Okay, so
somewhere last year.
Yes, it was actually. Yeah,
it was on your show. I made that. Yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't mention
it's 28 minutes to the top of the hour. Like I said, I have Raymond Akwa, Ifya Pokia, and Malik Abbas Dabo here. I have a question for you. I want to ask you whether you are convinced that we are ready for the rains this year, having listened to Abu Ramadan. But I know that you also have questions for Mr. Ramadan. So I'll let you do that first, and then you'd answer mine. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes.
While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no. Why did you leave Abeku alone on the bed?
But I had to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look, the video freezes again.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband.
We're there for you, everywhere you go.
Welcome to South Africa, your own personal playground.
Welcome to the Cape One.
Welcome to Johannesburg.
Welcome to Shaka Marine World.
Welcome to Canal Wall.
Welcome to the Nelson Mandela Capture Site.
Welcome to
the Cape Town Jazz Festival.
Welcome to the Midlands.
Welcome to Maboneng. Welcome to East London. Welcome to God's Window.
With 54 million welcoming South Africans, all eager to make your holiday that much more inviting, allow us to indulge you with all our favorite sights and sounds. Visit SouthAfrica.net to discover more. South Africa, inspiring new ways.
Salt and Light Music Ministry presents your favorite choir, the Harmonious Chorale, in a concert dubbed Festival of Praise and Worship 3. Theme, Immersed in the Spirit. Date, Easter Monday, 22nd April 2019. Time, 4 p.m. prompt. Venue, Accra International Conference Center. Rate, 50 Ghana cedis. Buy your tickets from Silverbird Accra Mall, Kuala Osu, Airport Shell, Community 8 and 11 Shell, Dansoman Shell, Bachona Total, Joy FM, Salt and Light Ministries office at the Linkway, or call 0276 389 747 or 0268 130 615. Official media partners, Joy FM, Joy Prime, My Joy Online. This is a not to be missed evening of surprises as we deepen our relationship with God.
I remember that day our neighbor drove up with this brand new car. Charlie. It was 1994. I was but a teenager with big dreams and small means. I watched this new car they labeled SUV from my bedroom window for hours on end. But that night, I went to sleep thinking, one day, I'm gonna buy me one just like it. Fast forward to now as we speak. I'm on my way to the showroom to pick up that dream SUV, my very own Kia Sportage.
Whoa. Drive up today with your brand new Kia Sportage at a discounted price. Ghana's favorite SUV since 1994. For more info, call 0249-911-444 or visit any of our Kia showrooms in Accra, Tema, Spintex, Takoradi or Kumasi. Kia, the power to surprise.
What makes me melt on Easter? My family together. Oh, that's sweet. Yes, it melts my heart when my family comes together after shopping at our favorite City Dia supermarket and enjoy special meals for everyone. How sweet. With the kids running around.
The sweetest Easter deals at City Dia, because only City Dia offers the best quality products at prices so low that will make your heart melt. So rush to City Dia and have a sweet Easter. Easter is such a wonderful time of the year. As in, by the time I'm done with this ad, you would have learned one thing and one thing only. That is, the brand Samsung has you in mind this Easter and they plan on making it special for you with great discounts and gifts. So anytime you hear Samsung has Easter gifts, like 32-inch satellite TV going for 999 Ghana cedis, a washing machine for 949 Ghana cedis, then you should visit any Samsung brand store near you or authorized reseller. Terms and conditions apply. Happy Easter from Samsung.
No idea how long I've been waiting for the season of giving.
Tita Swamana for 4 with NASCO appliances this Easter. This one, dear, follow. I know one talk chow. If you want your Easter to be super special, just visit any NASCO showroom or authorized dealer store across the country and grab the NASCO 32-inch TV, still for 699 Ghana cedis. No fluctuations. 32-inch smart TV for 899 Ghana cedis. Inverter AC starting from 1,799 Ghana cedis. Double door fridge from 729 Ghana cedis and gas cooker for 799 Ghana cedis. To even make it more popular, Papa. We are topping up with special gifts when you make these purchases. Easter Papa, Fano Fala, Nasco. Bring home happiness. T's and C's apply.
Bring home happiness.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
99.7 FM. The song in the background is Run Go by Stoneboy. My name is Daniel Jazzy, here in the studio with my friends Malik Abbas, Jabo, Raymond, Aqua, and all the Vim in the world is now in Joy FM studios. Ifya Pokia Vim lady. Of course, our guest this morning is Abu Ramadan. He is Deputy Director General for the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO. We've been taking your questions, we've been taking my questions, we'll now take their questions. Before I bring them in though, Furniture City is Ghana's #1 furniture company, the largest in Ghana. You get an amazing 20% discount and even more on all our home furniture and decor. There's also a new office furniture showroom furnished with ultra-modern office furniture for your selection. Locate us on the Sprintex Road, a minute's drive from Flower Post Roundabout. For further inquiries, please call 0244 213333 or 0540 314948. Furniture City, home of quality furniture. At CBG, we guarantee you the most convenient, safe and secure way of receiving money from family and friends abroad. There's Western Union, RIA, Unity Link and so many more. Above all, receive money from now till the Tuesday, 30th of April 2019 at any of our branches nationwide and win instant prizes. For further inquiries, please call 0302-216-000. Email info@cbg.com.gh. Website cbg.com.gh. When you think remittance, think CBG. Okay, so who do I begin with? Ladies first. If you're...
Oh, I wanted to say that, you see, sometimes authorities are stopped from running under the cover of bad attitude of the people, lack of laws to empower them to do what they ought to do, because there's also goodwill. So I was very upset this morning when Abu Ramadan is, attitude of people. Attitude of people have been bad for a long time. But then as far back as 1910, under the colonial masters, we enacted the Mosquito Ordinance, which later came to be known as Tankasi Law. How come that during those days, people were abiding by those laws? Because we were enforcing the laws. So whatever happened between then and now is on the authorities, because there's a social contract between the governing and the governed. So you are governed, you are in charge of the institutions. You ought to ensure that the law is enforced. We don't need to give NADMO an ally that will empower them to arrest people. We don't need that. Already we have bylaws at the local assembly levels, and then we have the Mosquito Ordinance. We should go ahead. This issue has come over and over again. We've spoken about it. We need to ensure that we enforce those laws. If we enforce them, attitude will not be a problem, because even in America, they are poor attitude. But it hasn't stopped the authorities from ensuring that the law is enforced. You see, and again, this issue about the excuse NADMO continues to give over and over again. Why are we giving ourselves excuse? This morning, you did a fantastic job. Went all the way back to 2013. I think you should have even gone as far back as 2007, 2005, 2007, when we had massive flooding. Tema, between the Sakumo Lagoon and then the sea. The culvert broke down. On the Sphinx Road near Papaye, the bridge collapsed. Accra and Tema was cut off. We took major decisions to resolve this. Why have we come back to this point? And then Abu Ramadan says, NADMO needs ally. Yesterday, before the Public Accounts Committee, NADMO boss was there claiming that they are indebted, they are broke. And because we have politicized NADMO, and we have from the main objective of setting NADMO up, which is that NADMO should be headed by apolitical people, by technocrats. Over the years, between NDC and MPP, they have succeeded in abusing and bullying NADMO by pushing political appointees to NADMO. But that is not fair. You see, so what happens is the relief items that go to NADMO end up going to party apparatchiks. So there's this thing, oh, we give it to party people. By now, with the warning that Meteo gave us, and with the knowledge that he himself spoke about this morning about climate change, this information is everywhere you go. We know it. We know that these things will happen. We knew it long ago. Even before June 3rd disaster, we should have had shelters in place. Even if it's one national shelter. Okay, these are high-level places. If you live here, go there. If you do, you can't come back and say that the media should. What did you do? We have a very good relationship with the Electoral Commission when it comes to elections, NCC, all that. The media, we devote time to playing adverts, commercials, education. We don't charge. Sometimes even when we charge, we just take peanuts. So why can't NADMO do the same? Why are they reducing everything to press conferences and all that? All his explanation this morning, just don't cut it for me.
Okay.
That's a good analysis, but I'm coming.
How about you take everyone's thoughts?
No, I should take it one after the other.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, on NADMO not needing LI, Daniel, I've told you, we don't have power to do anything. It's the district assemblies. On the issue of permit, I give you an example. People in Adenta who have constructed illegal structures and have created a problem. People who have put up structures that are sitting directly on waterways. Even the assembly doesn't have the power to just move in with excavators and pull down those structures. There are procedures that must be followed. So there's a particular court that has been dedicated in Adenta to deal with those with such matters. And I'm telling you, the law, you must follow the law. They have laws and procedures. Unless you want to live in a banana republic where just because, but I know technically you are sitting on an illegal, you are sitting on a waterway, I should just bring my excavator and pull your structure down. That's what I'm saying. We need the LI as an organization. When the LI is there, it gives us more backing. It gives and if you want, I can share with you a copy of the draft LI for you to have a look at.
If I may ask a follow-up.
What is in it?
If I may ask a follow-up. Last year you didn't have an LI. Last year you didn't have an LI.
Yes.
You set up a task force at the Ramsar site area to ensure that those areas are clear. That work was done between last year and now.
Yes.
So what's the justification for the need of an LI?
That task force was made up of this assembly, the security agencies and everything.
My point is you led work. If you are just a moment, my point is you led work that was done. So what is stopping you now?
Nothing stops us. But I'm saying we just need that tooth to bite.
Let me take Malik's question now.
It's a tooth to bite.
You don't need it.
No, Mr. Ramadan, just a moment. Malik also has a question. We have very little time.
So let me take it off from exactly where he's living about people building on authorized structures without permit on waterways. It does not take a day to put up a building. Yes. The same authorities that you are saying have to go through the motions, get a court to sit down, are the same authorities under whose watch these structures were put up. Where is their responsibility? Across this country, every inch of space falls under the jurisdiction of a particular political leader. How is it that all these political leaders, in the last 30 years, you have 5 presidents, you have 5 vice presidents, you have thousands of MPs, thousands of ministers, you have thousands of MDCs. All these persons watch for these unauthorized structures to come up. Where is their responsibility? So this is willful negligence that the people just watch for people to put up the buildings. Then you come and say, okay, we have to go through the processes, get a court to give us an order to go and demolish a structure we had power to stop in the first place. Have we been responsible as political leaders?
Do you want to respond to that?
That's a question for the political class. All of us, we need to sit down and discuss. But I'm saying, in terms of us, I can give you a practical example. When you are from John Tay School, when you are descending, if you've noticed on your right, there's a warehouse that has been constructed. From John Tay School, when you are descending, just before you get to Pokwasi Junction, on your right, there's a warehouse that has been constructed. After the warehouse is a school. And that hill where they used to break the stones. This person putting up that structure started a structure, and the building started in the middle of the night. One day I was going home and I saw them working at night. The following day I sent my team there to find out what building was going on. I called the Amsterdam municipal engineer together with his chief executive to my office to explain what that building was doing there, considering its closeness to the road and that place being a waterway. When it rains, all the water that washes down from the mountain goes through that channel.
Why did it have to take you to do that?
No, you see, that's what I'm saying. If it comes to our attention as NADMO, we'll make sure that
Ramadan, it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to.
You should have monitoring systems.
I agree. It doesn't have to.
So you don't have to sit there
and stop work, and they come and take money, and then they
allow them to answer the question, guys.
As of now, that building is almost complete. Why did they allow the building to? Why did they allow him to finish the building? Because there was proper re-engineering. No, there was proper re-engineering of the whole area, such that when the water comes, the person had to dig and put in culverts and pipes that would accommodate the volumes of water, and it was done properly with the approval of the municipal engineer and the technical people.
Okay.
So how many places will you drive past and see these kinds of things? And
Malik,
corrections to be
Malik, I think the heart of the issue that you raised is being addressed.
We will take action on it.
We need systems to work, Mr. Ramadan. We need systems to work.
That's my point.
Okay.
If the assembly is sleeping on the job, we'll wake the assemblies up. Responsibility.
Raymond's question.
We will do that.
Raymond's question will end this round, and I have one.
Okay.
Raymond.
Thank you so much. And because of the building talk, this Zoom Lion building that we are talking about, which court gave the order that you remodel and re-engineer rather than pulling down?
Raymond, we don't. Why? After the assessment was done, it wasn't sent before any federal judge to ask the judge to go through what the assessment was done. I'm coming.
Okay.
One, a complaint was made that the building was sinking. Our technical people were sent to the field, established for themselves that yes, truly, there was a problem with the structure. When they confirmed the problem with the structure, a meeting was convened between the assembly, the owners of the property, or the managers of the property, together with our technical people. They assessed the building. The agreement was, even before our team got there to do the assessment, the building had been, they had stopped people from using the building. People were not allowed entry into the building, that particular structure anymore. So they were looking at, okay, the impact or the cost in demolishing, the cost in bringing down that structure, vis-a-vis, is it possible for them to salvage it?
They didn't have a permit in the first place.
No, that's a different. No. It's very substantive because we all know it's not true that they have that permit. You know that for a fact.
No, I'm saying this story I gave it to you. I told you before. So I don't issue permits, whether they have permit or not. The structure has come out, and the structure is sinking. The structure has come out and is sinking. So at that point where the structure is sinking, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to pull down the structure, or if we can salvage it, how do you salvage it?
This structure presents a clear danger to those who live around this particular area, doesn't it?
No. It's in an enclave of the same office, the same, company. It sits within the enclave. It's not as if it is outside the premises of the Zoom Lion area. The technical people went and did the assessment, came back with a report, because I asked them to do it. They brought back a report to me that this is it. They've decided to reinforce the structure. Engineers have gone to look at it. And it is not because the structure was sitting on a waterway. I think from the onset they should have done proper soil integrity test to determine whether that structure can sit, or the soil can absorb that weight or the load that was coming on it. So from the onset, I think that was not done. So because that was not done, that's how come the structure started going down. So the engineers felt there was a way to hold the structure so that it doesn't sink anymore. After raising this, I've just called my guys to go back there today. By close of day, come and give me a feedback on what the situation is. Have they finished the re-engineering? If they finish, what is the situation currently?
Raymond,
okay, final. Of course, I mean, this is not really a question.
Okay.
I've heard you speak. I've heard the minister also speak. The minister actually virtually tells us that not so much can be done before the rains finally kick in, everything happens at the end of the year and everything goes on the way they ought to do it. I've also heard you say that, the people ought to take precaution. To those who are currently, in places that you can consider problematic because it happens to them consistently, what can be done for them?
In those areas, Mark, last year we attempted something where we tried to pre-position, because in those areas that happen every year.
So I get you. I'm saying that what can be done for the people now? That's what
I'm saying.
They are broke. They don't have a.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking
that you. That is where you want me to go.
What intervention can you do now?
Currently, I can tell you we'll continue doing the cleanup exercises and trying to deseal the gutters, the drains, as much as we can. But aside that, when it happens, whatever sort of response or sort of support we must give. And as you said, we can't go and pre-position a shelter at a safe haven. And most communities, we've earmarked their safe havens already. We know where the safe havens are. We've asked our district people to educate the people within the community that should you have a problem, this is the safe haven or this is the highest point where you must be. And should it happen and they move there, tents will be provided.
When you are broke.
Oh, no. If you are the fact that we are broke doesn't mean we don't have first aid to give out to people. There's certainly first aid within the warehouses to take care of people, but we'll need more. Even FEMA in America, they still will tell you they don't have enough.
But FEMA in America, that did not go before their Congress to tell them that
they are broke.
They don't have any money, and every single and you see, people may think that you are just speaking. So let me explain it. Yesterday, your boss went to the Public Accounts Committee to say that every money you receive is used to pay debt.
Which is true, because we are.
So how are you able to run your offices?
In 2017, in 2016, there were some procurements that were done and not done properly. That one, we inherited it over almost 40 million. And we are still paying that one. In 2017, the little that was done to help victims in 2017, we are still paying. And not more when you come, our financial structure, now, happily, we have 3%. That one is from Common Fund. We have that 3%. Our goods and services will come. When it comes and there are debts to be paid, we'll tell finance, in fact, these ones are holding us. And there are a lot of court cases. As my board said, there are a lot of people in court holding us because we owe them money. We must pay. But for first aid, we have what is there to give first aid. In the interim, it's here. We can give first aid immediately. And by law, we have emergency funds that we can access from government at any point in time. When there's a national disaster, today, government is obliged by law to provide us every penny that we demand.
Unfortunately, the people who are dead cannot be brought back.
My final question, because I need to do this
there is an emergency
very quickly. Mr. Ramadan, my final question. I'm looking back at the environmental and engineering geology map of Greater Accra metropolitan area you gave me. One of the areas earmarked red is the area heading towards Circle, Ringway. This area has flooded twice this year. We know this now.
Where exactly are you talking about?
I'm talking about Circle, just a few meters away from Joy FM. So this area has flooded. This place, just behind us. What I'm asking is that, can you give the Ghanaian the assurance that you are going to do the work to prevent a flood if it rains on Sunday at Circle?
You can give the word, but
you see at Circle, Daniel, that whole work that was done there, that Dubai structure there, has engineering problems in terms of drains. Let's be honest. They didn't put up the structure properly.
Before Dubai, it was flooding.
No, I know. When we're constructing
before Dubai, it was flooding.
The engineering work should have taken care of that.
So fix it now.
I hope you understand. The engineering work, when the Dubai was being constructed, it should have taken care of that flooding situation.
Are you then suggesting that if the Odoko Obechibilamte Circle drain is desilted, the one from Nima is desilted, we'll still see a flood at Circle?
No. Won't see the impact of it. No, won't see as huge as you are seeing it currently. Because go through the Dubai side. Show me which drain is there. Which gutter is there?
So what's the answer to my question? Yes or no? Can we work now to make sure that the place that has flooded twice this month?
I'm telling you, inshallah, from tomorrow going, you see some works being done, even on the Nima stretch. Because it's something that's worrying.
So next time it rains, we won't see a flood there, at least at that level.
I can't promise, because I don't know the volumes of rains that will come.
But you said tomorrow we'll
but
see
you have
work
a
there.
Forecast.
No, if
we've known since last year how much
rainfall patterns, the amount you can. This is doable.
Currently, we don't know. Currently, we can't forecast the rains that will come on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, the volumes. Unless Metro give us the warning and says that it's going to rain.
You can forecast it. I'm shocked though. You can forecast the
I have to end the discussion. I don't have any time at all. Please get your tickets for Dora White, the latest Uncle Bo White's play. And let me apologize to listeners for the way we have ended the discussion abruptly. We are really out of time. The play airs this weekend, 20th, 21st, 22nd April 2019 at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. EJ. The rate is 80 Ghana cedis. You can get a ticket here at Joy FM or call 0505546010 or WhatsApp 0505546030. Thursday, 18th April, Orca Deco invite you to the event of the season. Catch the Joy FM crew at Orca Deco on the Spintex Road near the Flower Pot. There's also a 20 to 50% discount happening at Orca on all home furniture. Remember, you can also take part in the ultimate Orca Deco Easter egg hunt. Get your hands on a beautiful new Orca sofa. Tune in to Drive Time on Joy FM tomorrow. That is 17th April 2019, Wednesday, and answer some few questions and win big. Lexus Bill and the entire Joy FM crew will be at the premises of Orca Deco on Thursday, 18th April 2019 at the Spintex Road with Easter surprises and so much more. Think home, think Orca. And that's it for today's Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Daniel Daze. Okay, so we'll be back.
Ojame Kwame and Joy Prime present the Made in Ghana album launch concert at the Plus 233 Jazz